All right, guys, what's up? I figure I changed the pace and the flow of most of my videos and kind of let you in behind the scenes and behind the back door of my personal story and why I choose to do what I do. And within JVH, why mine and Coach Hoke's mission on why we continue to grow this business and what we're truly after. But you have to understand the roots of where I come from. And like every other household, I am the youngest one of 6 children. So by the time I was growing up, a lot of them, my siblings were already out of the house. So I mostly almost grew up by myself. But I always had that older brother, older sister there that I always knew, kind of looked up to secretly, if they knew it or not, or they probably still don't know it, but I did. So long story short, played sports my whole life. Baseball, football. I actually was a good bowler when I was younger. My dad's a big bowler, so I bowled until I was like 15 years old. I did a lot with that. I just didn't continue it because I thought after a while it was kind of lame, and I actually wanted to play more football and wrestle. But the only thing that held me back is that, like many other stories, I was a chubby kid. So, and just for the reason of bad eating habits, of not knowing enough from my parents' end and myself included. So I was always kind of that athletic kid who still could hang and play, but I was always tired and winded and kind of held back in a lot of the movements I could do just because I was holding on to too much excessive weight for my height, for my body, for my age. So when I got to the age around 14, 15, I pretty much started lifting like every other kid, doing bicep curls and bench pressing. Slowly but surely I saw the results from that. And also I remember during double sessions one year for football, I remember dropping like 25 pounds during that year, or during that summer for double sessions. And I was like, holy shit, this shit actually fucking works. I thought these people were bullshit. So I kind of like looked more deeper into that and fell in love with training in general and more of a training period. Like, I love playing sports, but I fell in love with training. So since that age, kind of felt, kind of deep down the route. I did not play college sports just because right out of high school I had a prior career where I was actually a union electrician, and I thought that was the route for me because I loved working with my hands and I loved doing stuff. But a couple years into it, I kind of knew that it wasn't for me. So for my whole life, I should say, I knew it wasn't for me in that immediate time, but I couldn't see myself doing it my whole life. So there's only one other thing that I truly loved in life. If you've been paying attention and not looking at other video or on your screen and paying attention to what I'm speaking, that is lifting. So what I did is I took my money that I had saved through my annuity, and I had actually put myself through school at night, which was a pain in the ass. And thinking back, the whole educational system is a scam for the most part. Because looking back, I could have definitely just took a couple core classes that would help me right now. But there's a lot of shit that you have to do to make them happy. And I wouldn't have done that. Just total waste of money. But as I said, I fell in love with lifting. I fell in love with training. So I was always kind of looking for something to do around lifting. My life, like I think I remember it was my 21st or 22nd birthday, I met a guy, Benjamin Lambosis. Still to today, if he sees this video, I love you. You're probably still one of the craziest bastards I ever met in my life. Hands down. But I remember going up to him, seeing him training in the gym, and we were about the same size, but seeing the weights this guy was throwing around was astronomical. And I'm like, how the fuck is this dude that much stronger than me? I have to find out. So I think I went up to him, and if I remember right, and asked if I could train with him. He kind of probably just brushed me off. I think he even said yeah, but later on I remember us talking about it and him saying that he thought I wasn't going to hang anyway and I wasn't going to show up, which he didn't know who he was dealing with. So that's how I got into, he was the chairman of, he was, and I don't know if he's fully doing it 100% now, but he was a New York State chairman of the local amateur strongman organization for New York State, and it's actually countrywide. So I did that for like 4 years, and I really learned a lot about strongman and really learning a lot about strength training, period, and how the body develops, and a lot associated with that. I also did a bunch of different powerlifting meets here and there for my own personal interest to see. So, I got my first job at a place, was actually a performance place. Actually, no, that was my third job in the fitness industry. The first two, one I quit, the other one I got fired. I'm not gonna lie, it fucking sucked. I hated it. I hated life. I hated what they were making me do because I knew it was not what I wanted to do. And I hate people holding me back in life and telling me, getting in my way, or just that, getting in my way of what I want to do. So, long story short, I got that job in the performance place. I started running his boot camps, which actually, sorry to say, Jay, they sucked. But I learned a lot. He taught me a lot. He actually taught me a lot about business. That's where I met, my partner in this business, John Hoke. And we got to talking with it. We both knew that we were going to go down our own routes. So kind of figured, why the hell we're going to do this separately? Let's just do it together. So as the story goes, we combined our forces and we are JVH Performance. Some people always ask, why is it JVH Performance? So you guys know, I don't have an ego for that. I don't, so we can't be an LT in there. I'm like, no, I don't really give a shit. The reason is because before we actually combined forces, he already had the business name. A lot of people already knew it as JVH Performance, so we thought of names and we just left it as that. You know what I mean? Just to make it simplistic. We thought of a whole bunch of cool names, but we couldn't decide one and said, fuck it, you know what I mean? So, back to our mission and why we had this place. Basically, like I said, I was always athletic personally and always played sports, but I was always held back. And I personally think if I would have had the right coach, like when I met Ben Lambosis to teach me, if I would have met somebody like him when I was in high school, I would have been that much better. Would I still be held back by weight issues? Maybe, but you know what? The training in itself, I think, would have took weight off me. I think the heaviest I was like 230, but just a butterball. I was like chewed bubblegum, bro. So that is pretty much my mission, is to take these kids and athletes and all these kids that are in this area, and even we're spreading out to other areas, which is awesome, and just teach them the right way so they don't waste their time, so they don't, a lot of them ain't gonna make it to that next level, to be honest, or next level of playing college ball, or top, dream of playing pro ball. So a lot of them, they don't realize this is all they got, and I'd rather them maximize their potential for what they're doing, and have, they don't know it yet, but this is going to be a big part of their life. This is what they're going to talk about in the 40s and 50s. Remember that game I made, or the play I made in high school, but whatever. And I want them to be able to not spin their wheels in the weight room, and what they do, my goal and mission is to teach them and to lead them down the right direction, so that at least they're just not wasting their time, and not getting, because a lot, what could happen is they start the weight room work, don't have no idea, see no results, then they totally get disgusted by it, and they don't want to do it. So if you have somebody that's teaching you and showing you and pointing you in the right direction and building that relationship where it's like big brother, little brother, I really enjoy that. I enjoy that a lot, and enjoy paying, kind of giving back to my community, giving back to where I'm from a little bit. But that's just, my personal story. Some people want to know this, some people don't care. They're like, shut the hell up, Lou, nobody gives a shit about you. I should say mixed into that story is big deal. I don't want to leave her out because she's dealt with a lot of my crap for a long time. Is Gina, my wife, has been with me since day one, pretty much. So she's behind the scenes of me and what keeps me going with a lot of things that I won't get into this video, but so it's cool if you have any to know the personal story behind myself and why I do what I do, and the deep burning passion that I have for training. I consider myself like a strength geek in a sense, like anything strength related. If it's physiology or if it's training or recovery, or it doesn't matter, I'm on it. Mobility, I may not be a top expert in the area, but at least I know a little bit about it. I'm not totally ignorant to it, you know what I mean? So again, this is my story. look out for bigger and better things from JVH, because we got plans and we're gonna get there. No matter what, doesn't matter if there's 300-pound gorillas coming at me, I will rip their fucking heads off to get what I want. So later, guys. Peace.